Happy New Year, guys, to you all. Just another short video. Just thought I'd show you literally 4 pickups that have come today. Start off with this one. Again, as usual, really nostalgic to me. It's Battle Chess and it's on the Atari ST. I'll just see if I can pull that back out of it. Ah, no, it's that. Battle Chess on the Atari ST. Now, I love this game. Used to play this one to death as well. I mean, admittedly, it's not as good as the Amiga version. Some of the animations when you take the pieces are slightly, how can I put it, less animated on the ST for whatever reason. But nevertheless, still really good game this, and I'm really glad to get this back in ST collection. So yeah, really happy with that. And then the box it came in were absolutely fantastic. I mean, there were no way we're going to even get the slightest crack on it. It was like about 2 foot long. It had about, you know, half a full roll of bubble wrapped round it. It was brilliant. I wish everyone on eBay packed stuff like that. I think I paid about 15 quid though for it. It wasn't that cheap, but let's face it, a lot of ST and Amiga stuff now is creeping up in value, so not too bad. Still, like I say, really happy to get that. In fact, there's 3 speccy games here. Good old Operation Wolf. I'll show you this with it as well, and Platoon. Now, really mad with myself. About 6 months ago, I think I had 22 Hit Squad versions. Different games, and like a complete idiot I sold them. So as usual, really quickly realised that were a big mistake, so now I'm slowly getting them all back. Now these 2, Operation Wolf on Spectrums, really good. You'll have all played it. Loved Operation Wolf from back in the day anyway, and played it to death in arcades, but I actually do remember when they started releasing it on home computers, and you know what, when the Spectrum version was released, you know, I was well happy with it, really chuffed. And even now, I mean, I play this with a bloody keyboard. I don't even use a joystick. I've got Operation Wolf on most systems. I just love the game. Gonna obviously get Operation Thunderbolt as well. Not quite as good as Operation Wolf, but again, still a really good game. Platoon, superb title this. Again, I think I've got this somewhere for Atari ST as well, kicking around. But this version's as good as any. Really good game. I've got printed off a walkthrough. So I've got a full map of it. I want to try to attempt to complete this game because it is tricky. It is a tricky one to actually finish, but yeah, again, brilliant little game is it. Now this game here I did have back in the day as well, and it wasn't until I'd subscribed to a tuber called Bazza H, and he's one of the foremost, let's face it, in with Spectrum games. I love watching his videos. They're just no nonsense, literally showing you gameplay. And one of his videos with this, and it's Death Wish 3. So I thought, I did remember it as soon as I saw it. I thought, bloody hell, Death Wish 3. And at the time, I remember it being like, it seemed obviously to like well, not even a teenager, but like, you know, it seemed hyper violent. You know, you were just shooting the people. You can use all sorts of weapons. I think you can even use like a bloody rocket launcher to kill people. It was just like, seemed like I was getting away with something, playing something so violent, and my mum and dad hadn't realised it were great. Obviously there were no sort of censorship back then, so you could basically get away with it. But it's a great little game, is this, anyone that hasn't played it, and it's well worth picking it up, and it won't pricey, a few quid if that. So I really chuffed to get this as well. It's just about, I think what I need to do with the Spectrum is, in terms of the hard copies, the actual games, I'm gonna just trying to get back all the games that I can actually remember playing, get them again, and literally keep them this time, 100%, not sell them, just keep them in the collection, because they're just so great, little nostalgic gems, aren't they? And for me, especially these days, I seem to get more out of silly little things, silly little games like this. I get far more pleasure out of playing these than I do, like like I've said before, with PS4 stuff. And it just means more to me. I think it's because it harks back memories, doesn't it, from when we were kids. And another one, onto something slightly different then, but Spectrum related, but slightly different. Now, through Bazza H's videos, he tends to show literally hundreds of speccy games that are unemulated. So he's basically showing you the game as he's playing it on. I think he uses like a +2A, which is what I've got. So he's actually loading it up on the machine and he's playing the actual game, which is great. But he's also talks heavily about emulation, predominantly speccy emulation, and it's I don't think it's a bad thing to be able to play these games on emulation. I mean, technically it is a breach of copyright. I think the idea is you've got to own the game itself in the physical copy, if you're going to emulate it and show it and play it. But I thought I'd recently bought a disc off an eBayer, and there were Spectrum ROMs, and it's got 10,000 Spectrum titles on it. Can you believe that? Now, it took me a while, being the way I am with stuff, to work out how to get this actually running, and it took me a while to do it. Now, I'll just do a jump cut here, and I'll bring you into the one that I use, and I'm just gonna go through, over a few sort of vids. I won't go into detail, into like massive sort of collection of sort of titles that I'll show, because I don't really want to piss on Bazza H's bonfire, because there's a few people showing emulated stuff anyway. But I'll just show a couple of titles and a few quirky ones and the ones that I've been playing, and show you the emulation one that I use, and see what people comment wise what they think to it. So I'll just do a jump cut now, and I'll pick it up from there. So this is the one that I've decided to start using. I know there's various ones out there. I'm not saying this is in any way better than any of the others, because I haven't tried the others. It was the first one that I managed to get working. It wasn't free. It was 10 quid, but with me having all these ROMs, I found it was well worth it just to get it working. Now, what you do get is, on the full version, which is why this is where where the £10 comes in, you get this menu, and what that does is it enables you to emulate basically all the Spectrums. So currently at 48k, you can have the 128k Toast Rack one. You got the +2, and you've got the +3. So with all your ROMs, you basically a ROM that'll run on one of these sort of setups anyway. So a few of the 128k 128k that I've tried loading up on it, but it hasn't worked. But when I've moved it to 48k, it has worked. So if we just go to, I'll just pick with this at random actually, because it was so typical Spectrum game. So called Technician Ted. I'll just show you, see if anyone remembers. Let's have a look. Where are we? I'll bring it up. few different covers on this one. So it was by Hewson. Now where are it? See if I can get a couple of different colours up. Put my computer into sleep mode sillily, so it's I don't want to wake back up now. That's a lot. That's it. So that's my favourite cover. Like a budget title version must have come out later. There's another one, and that were, I think that's probably the original one by Hewson Consultants. But the game itself, man, Jesus Christ! I don't know if anyone remembers this. It must be. It's borderline. I don't know if it's my sheer stupidity or the just in general inept gameplay, but it's borderline impossible. So what we'll do is I'll put the 48k one back on. Sorry about this. Still quite new to this, so I am sort of still learning myself. So what we'll do, I've got saved it. So what I'll do is, I mean, they take up such small, minuscule amounts of memory. So I've got the CD-ROM in, and the ones that you know, just dragging them off, saving them to another folder. So I'll just, and then literally all you do is drag that over into here, and away it goes. Bloody brilliant. Also on this, you've got a turbo mode, so you can literally sit and watch it load like the genuine thing. It's quite a funny little loading screen, this actually. Let's look at these guys. So the white one's Ted. This is just the loading screen, so you've got the timer down here. But you can, if you don't want to sit through this, you know, 2-3 minutes, whatever it is, click the turbo. It just races through it to get the game loaded. But yeah, I mean, you'll see what I mean. I just cannot get past the second screen. It's just, I don't. God knows what I'm doing wrong. Let's see. So H instructions. So all it is literally left and right and jump. Yeah, so Q and W and jump. Enter to start. Right, look at this. So up we go. No problem at the moment, that's alright. So, right, this is where the fun starts, because for starters, I haven't a clue how you can get past that. I mean, I could try jumping onto the 1 ton weight, see if that, I haven't tried that, but you can't seem to jump across. Let's have a look. Maybe you've got to land on that one. No, dead. Right. If anyone has played this and knows something I don't, then please do give me advice on it, because I won't mind just being able to do a little bit better. See if I can jump over this coin, spinning coin, whatever it is. Oh bloody hell, strike a light, I've done it. Oh no. Well, I've gone on to another page for the first time ever. Typical, that, innit? What the hell's going on there? Just been booted into a trash can. And that, for whatever reason, game over. What? chip. I'll just try it one more time. Let's have another bash. Come on. The factory gates, right, okay. So as you go down here, this is this other screen that I just find virtually impossible. So I'll try jumping over the fire extinguisher first. No, it's probably just my shite timing in it. Jesus. I want this bad back in there, honestly, guys. Nope. Unless you've got to just time it whereby there's that gap at the end, I don't know. So you can't touch them chairs. I think you must have to follow it back. Let's try one more time. No. I'll leave it there. We're just a taster. So yeah, let us know what you think. What are your thoughts on this sort of thing, then emulation? Like I say, I'm not I'm not massively into it. I mean, I as you know, I've got the physical copies of all my favourite games. Or I'm starting to acquire them back, so it's just a secondary thing. But it's nice to have potential to play all these, these Spectrum games. It's a good thing, isn't it? And it's introducing more people to these games that they've never played before. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching as usual. Just before I forget, because I promised him a shout out and I felt bad for missing it last time. Absolute top guy, really nice guy. On YouTube, like-minded fellow like myself, into collecting for just about everything. So and his name's I think he's known as Big Mike. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that. He's a top lad, and his channel's called Without Further Ado Retro. So he's heavily into his Amiga stuff, but I'm fairly sure he collects most formats. So it's definitely worth checking out his channel for his pickups, because they're really good videos. So yeah, just if you get a chance, just bob along to him. So without further ado, brilliant. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers then.